Don't take us for fools. Don't take us as clowns when we tell you with pride that there's no news in South Africa without the EFF. There's no breaking news politically in South Africa. There is no interesting breaking story. There is nothing that's gonna make people come together and have a broader conversation with disagreement, debate, if the EFF is not being discussed. We say that with pride because we know it is true. Look now, political analysts are at it again. Finally, they are gonna get at their 75 friends from the MK party for speaking nonsense. These people, these political analysts, they were nowhere to be found when the MK party Kosha 3 people from the KZN provincial legislature. They were nowhere in the news outlets being interviewed. What do they think? What do they think about the future of the MK party, etc. They were not there when the Deputy President Paul Mashatile was being chased out of a house in Khayelitsha. Now that Ndlozi'S resigns from the Parliament of South Africa, they are everywhere now. They are the biggest, loudest mouth. Breaking news every day, everywhere you go. All these news outlets. Hey, Ndlozi, hey, Member of Parliament, he resigned. EFF is resigning. What's the future of the EFF? They are at it again because of the one and only EFF. And it's not just because of the EFF. We well know it's because of the EFF is run by Julius Malema. They are all after Julius Malema. All of them, they wanna destroy Julius Malema. So the easiest way to get to him is to paint a negative image about him and his political party, the one is leading. Hey, EFF is the end of the EFF. They say this, by the way, when Floyd Shivambu left. They are quick to forget. They think we forget quick like them, these people. They say it's the end of the EFF. The brains of the EFF is leaving, is gone. It's the end of the EFF. I guess they came to their realization that they were just speaking nonsense. The EFF is alive and will be alive today, even tomorrow. It has been alive yesterday, and it's the one keeping their careers alive. This EFF. One thing they will not tell you is that the EFF is the one making them get paid. People keep on talking nonsense and saying the EFF is becoming irrelevant. The EFF is irrelevant. Julius Malema is irrelevant. They are lying, these people. They don't know what they're talking about. What they fail to tell you is that everyone in the South African politics is relevant because of the EFF. Imagine a party which they are saying is irrelevant, making people relevant when they talk about it. Everyone becomes relevant when they talk about the EFF. Everyone becomes the in thing. Like everyone listens to the person who's going to be talking about the irrelevant party. How do you talk about something that is irrelevant and you end up being relevant for talking about it? Like, it doesn't make sense. What logic is that? There's no logic in that. It's a bunch of lies in that statement. The true statement is that the EFF is the most relevant political party in South Africa. More relevant than the MK party, more relevant than the GNU, more relevant than the ANC. We all know that. Speak about the GNU, nobody cares. They won't call political analysts to speak about the GNU. And if they call them, no one will listen. Call them, speak about the EFF, him, Ndlozi'S living. Floyd Shivambu, EFF, Floyd Shivambu living. Busisiwe Mkhwawane, EFF, Busisiwe living. Dalimpofu living. Floyd, like, there's too much relevancy. There's too much relevancy. This political power holds so much power. But of course, I'm still back at home in Limpopo, chilling behind the house underneath a tree. You can see, I'm sure you can't see, but you can see the leaves here. I'm chilling underneath the tree because there's rain all over here. You can see it's wet all over, it's raining. And that side by the house, there's a lot of children, so they will disturb me. You know, a lot of kids, they will not disturb you. and Kada, everywhere that side. Yeah, there's plenty of kids that side they are playing, so I can't risk it and go there. So I rather come here below the tree, under a tree, and speak. So I'm behind the house, by the way. That house you see there, Ndlozi'S. If you don't know Ndlozi'S, then I don't know which world you are living in. So yeah, back to the EFF. They are at it again, these political analysts, reviving their relevancy again, reviving their careers again. I've never seen political analysts being called in mass numbers to speak about something else if it's not speaking about the EFF. I've never. Like, the only time where I see a mass majority of different types of political analysts, majority of them, we don't even know where their credibility comes from for them to be honored as analysts. But we just like, okay, this one is also an analyst, this one is also. So I've never seen a mass majority of people, analysts, coming to interviews on this broadcasting news unless they are coming to speak about the irrelevant party. Imagine this political party is so irrelevant to the point that nobody cares about it. It's so relevant that nobody talks about it. Who talks about something that is irrelevant? Imagine the people saying the EFF is so irrelevant. Julius Malema is so irrelevant. Imagine how stupid those people sound. Imagine how dumb they sound. Imagine how naive they sound to believe their own lies. These people tell themselves lies looking in the mirror, and they force themselves to believe these lies. Who believes their own lies? Come on, man. You believe your own lies. You tell lies, you believe them, and then you go with your own lies as if these lies are real. You are setting yourself for failure, my friend. So, as we don't believe nonsense, as we don't believe it, the only time this political analyst will speak is when there's something involving the EFF. There's nothing else. When have you seen political analysts Kanje coming to speak about something that is happening in South Africa? When? What was happening? COVID-19 was the last time you saw a mass majority of political analysts. After that, it has always been them talking about the EFF, talking about the EFF MPA, talking about the EFF filling up FNB, talking about Julius Malema going to court, talking about Julius Malema holding a gun going to court, talking about Floyd Shivambu, EFF, this. We all know it. The way they are so naive to fish for a story relating to the EFF. They will even go to an extent of finding a small boy from Limpopo who was expelled for misbehavior in the EFF, and they will make news using that small boy because there was something about him involved with the EFF. That's how naive these people can get. But at this time, we know how they roll. We know all about it. It is what it is. Thank you very much.